Think maybe you might want to revise that protocol in light of what happened here?
They were protecting the principal, and I think
the principal got shot.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. Did you know that 4 U.S. presidents have been shot and killed while serving in office, and that 8 U.S. presidents have been shot while running for president or while being president and survived? Donald Trump is one of them. Of course, it happened just a couple months ago. The entire Secret Service is set up in order to prevent that from happening. We spend billions of dollars a year on keeping the president alive because being president is one of the most dangerous jobs on earth. There have only been 47 presidents, and many of them have died because of assassins. And that's like a horrible body count when you look at the total numbers. So, ladies and gentlemen, you want the best Secret Service and the best people inside of that organization, because clearly they have one of the most important missions in America, a mission that I don't mind funding one little bit, no matter who the president is. But obviously, because Donald Trump is a historically powerful figure and going to be doing a lot of remaking of our federal bureaucracy, you would assume that the best people would be wanted for this job. But according to Dan Bongino today, and this is, of course, Donald Trump's like consigliere, he's like the guy who's beside Trump at every step. Dan Bongino is the man. Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino should be Secret Service Director. Anyway, kind of the same thing, right? Dan Scavino, though, is the one tweeting here. Interesting, I'm hearing from friends in D.C. that the U.S. Secret Service is making some moves at the top, spreading around some promotions to Biden people before President-elect Donald Trump and J.D. Vance can take office. We know what's up. This is a massive scandal that puts the president's life at risk. Obviously, they've already put Donald Trump's life at risk before, when Trump had to eat a bullet in Butler, Pennsylvania. We need Dan Bongino now as Secret Service Director. I'm totally for that. 100% endorsement from me. Dan Scavino saying that there are very dangerous games afoot, and the current acting director of the Secret Service, a man named Ronald Rowe, proving that he's not up for the job and proving that he's guilty of so very much by exploding in Congress just moments ago. Well, this is possibly the worst clip I've ever seen for a law enforcement and or government official serving. You're going to be shocked when you watch it. This dude, it's a lunkhead, we call him, acting director lunkhead, is not up for the job. You can tell that because he loses his mind after some just very basic questioning here by a member of Congress named Pat Fallon. A shouting match between acting service director and Republican lawmaker broke out during a hearing on Donald Trump's first assassination attempt. Pat Fallon of Texas struck a nerve when he asked Rowe about security measures to take place to protect Donald Trump. The bitter back and forth left the two men screaming at the top of their lungs inside of the hearing room. Ladies and gentlemen, this is many things, but it is not becoming of the office of the Secret Service. He should resign in disgrace now. He should have already done that. There was already a Secret Service director that resigned in disgrace. His name was Kim Cheadle. Ronald Rowe worked for her, and he should resign after this. You have to have composure in these jobs. And if you're going to get into shouting matches with members of Congress that have oversight over you, then you are clearly not fit for the position. Here we go.
So I got another question for you. Do you recognize this photo?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Was that the remembrance of September 11th?
It was.
Was it in New York?
It was at Ground Zero.
Okay. Who's usually at an event like this closest to the President of the United States, security-wise?
The SAC of the detail.
Special agent in charge of the detail. Were you the special agent in charge of the detail that day?
Actually, let me address this. Could you please, staff, leave that? Oh, no, leave that one up with the circle around me. Thank you. So actually, Congressman, what you're not seeing is the SAC of the detail off out of the picture's view. And that is the day where we remember the more than 3,000 people that have died on 9/11. I actually responded to Ground Zero. I was there going through the ashes of the World Trade Center. I was there at Fresh Kills.
I'm not asking you that.
I was
I'm asking
there,
you
Congressman.
were you the special agent in charge?
To show respect
You were not.
for a Secret
That's
Service
a bunch of
member
horse hockey.
that died on 9/11.
Oh, that you were trying to be.
Do not invoke 9/11 for political purposes.
Oh, that I'm not. I'm invoking this.
You are, sir.
Gentlemen,
and you are out of
Gentlemen,
line.
I would like to ask him a question.
Please.
You are
Order.
out of
Don't try
line,
to bully
Congressman.
me. Don't
Way
try
out
to
of
bully
line.
me. I am an elected member of Congress, and I'm asking you a serious question, and you are
I
playing
am a public
politics.
servant who has served this nation and
You
spent
won't answer the
time
question.
on our day, on our country's darkest
Mr.
day.
Chairman,
Committee
you
will
not
come
answer-
to
Do not
order.
politicize it.
Committee will come to order.
I'm asking you serious questions for the American people, and they're very simple. They're not trick questions. Were you the special agent in charge that
No, I
day?
wasn't. I was there
Oh, no,
representing
Mr.
the
Chairman,
United
I'm
States
just
Secret
asking you yes or
Service,
no.
sir.
Mr. Fallon, your
and
time's
did not
expired.
affect protective
Fallon,
You know
operations.
why you were
time's
there?
expired.
Because you wanted to be visible, because you are auditioning for this
I was
job
there to
that
pay
you're not gonna
respect for a
get
fallen
till
member of
January
this
20th.
agency.
You endangered
You are
President
out of
Biden's
line,
life,
Congressman.
Vice
You
President
are out of
Harris's
line.
life, because you put those agents out of position.
Mr.
Did you have a
Chairman.
radio with
Mr.
you?
Fallon,
Did
your
you wear a
time
vest?
has
Did you have a
expired.
weapon?
Mr.
No.
I did, sir, and you are out of line.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
please.
All right. And we are back
You're
in
a
order
bully.
now. We are back in order now.
Thank you.
Mr. Moskowitz, you are now recognized for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Congressman?
How you doing?
Good, sir.
All right. So, look, the reason emotions are high is because we almost did have a former president, and now the president-elect literally almost killed live on television. And there were two pieces of luck that day, one bad, one good. The Secret Service's luck ran out that day because the systemic failures didn't start on July 13th. They were probably occurring, and the luck ran out that day. But luckily, President Trump moved his head and he wasn't killed. I can't imagine where we would be if we didn't have that second piece of luck.
This is, for very good reasons, top of Twitter trends. It shows that this man is a head case, right? And lost his mind and is clearly unfit. You know, you can't have people like that watching your kids, like people with short fuses like that, hotheads. You can't have them, you know, engaged in anything that is important in your life because they'll lose their minds, right? And make terrible decisions. Man, all hell breaks loose. Holy S, acting director, Pat Fallon have a massive blow up. Secret Service Director and Pat Fallon screaming at each other. This is an important one here from Susan Crabtree, who is just one of the best on the Secret Service beat. Fiery clash between Rowe and Fallon. Rowe bellows that he shouldn't have to answer Fallon's questions as to why he was standing next to President Biden and not the head of Biden's detail, which is standard operating procedure. And he tried to make it all about September 11th. Rowe angrily interjects, accusing Fallon of playing politics with 9/11 for being out of line and for being a bully. Ask him about the photo op, because that's exactly what this was. This is what these careerists do. They're all trying to get into the zone of influence, right? Get their photo taken. The reason that Rowe is getting so defensive and angry at Fallon's questions is because he personally switched the positions of a normal operating procedure so that he himself would be next to Biden for the optics alone. This caused deep resentment against Rowe within the Secret Service rank and file, according to the sources in the community. Normal operating procedure would have the special agent in charge of the president's regular detail standing next to him at big security events such as 9/11 ceremony. The reason for this is because the person who regularly protects the president is operationally up to speed and fully trained. Oh, no. Ooh, baby. Okay. It's going to be very interesting times. Many people saying that he should be removed ASAP. This unprofessional behavior is unacceptable, and it's true. Everyone's saying this guy needs to step down right now. This isn't the kind of guy who should be running an agency in charge of protecting the president if you can't hang on to your temper. I see many things every single day. You know, don't read the comment section, right? That should cause me to scream until my voice breaks. Many things that are insulting, many things that are said. This is just the reality of life. You have to be under control. Under control. And quite frankly, you have to not react to these things. You know, be like a lion, okay? Save your energy for when it really, really matters. And ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump should appoint someone immediately to head up this agency that is not this monster, Ronald Rowe. That's probably why he's losing his mind, because he knows he's losing his job, hopefully his pension, and should be federally and criminally investigated for the murders that took place in Butler. We haven't forgotten. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.